Hey y'all, it's your girl Stay Hall, and I'm back. And there have been so many changes in my life. Some not so great, some absolutely fantastic, but it's just been a lot. And so I didn't really know how to continue on with my blogging and everything, with all that I was going through, a lot of adjustments and transitions. And so I just kind of took a break because, like I say all the time, you have to live your life, L-Y-F-E, love yourself first explicitly. So that's what I've been doing because I've had a lot to process. I've had a lot to kind of work through and get used to. And like I said, it wasn't all bad. I guess none of it I can really say is bad because I'm still here, right? So it's just been different. It's been an adjustment. And so that's what I've been doing, just kind of pivoting in certain areas of my life. And I just had to take a step back from some things for a minute just to kind of process it all. So that's what I've been doing, but I am back. So hey y'all, it's so good to be back, but I definitely did not forget about my Lifer Tribe, and I knew that before I just jumped right back in with a blog, I couldn't ignore the absence, and I needed to kind of address some things and catch you guys up to speed because I feel like I have my own private life, of course. I don't feel the need to have to share every single thing in my life, but I also realize that we are a tribe and we're a family, and that you guys, probably were wondering, where have I been? So I have to, in my opinion, give some sort of explanation, some kind of update, but it was still okay for me to do it in my own time. And so now I feel like it's the time. And so there is so much to catch you guys up on. So that's what we're going to do now. And let me go ahead and introduce myself to those of you who may be new and you're like, who is this girl and what's going on? My name is Stay Hall, and this is the Lifer Tribe, L-Y-F-E, love yourself first explicitly. And if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so great to have you here. And of course, if you've been a part of the Lifer Tribe for a while, welcome back, guys. It's been a long time. All right, so where do I start? Well, first things first, I am a woman of a certain age, which we discuss all the time. I am happily and proudly 51, just turned 51 in December of 2022. And probably like a lot of you, I do my yearly physicals, my yearly checkups, whatever you call it, around my birthday. And so that's what I did. And if you notice and go back to the videos, you'll see that's kind of where the video stopped. And let me tell y'all, I have started several videos, but just couldn't complete them. Something would happen or I was feeling away. And so I have several starts of videos when things were kind of happening. I mean, like, y'all missed my birthday. I did a lot of things over the Christmas holiday. Decorated 7 different trees in the house and had a 9th anniversary party on New Year's Day. So for those of you who don't know, my husband and I were married on New Year's Eve at church. And so I did things, but everything was so spotty and so much was going on. I would pick up the camera and we would kind of start, but then I would never be able to finish because there were other things going on. So I might do like this compilation video just to kind of let y'all see some of the things that went on, because I was still living life during that time, but it was just a little different. But anyway, around my birthday, I went and had my yearly physical, my yearly checkup, whatever, and had some blood work done. So I have been dealing with high blood pressure since I was 28 years old. That was the first time I was officially diagnosed with hypertension and started medication. And at that time, again, I was only 28. I was pretty physically fit, was not overweight at all. And I was just told it's hereditary. So there's really nothing that you can do, maybe lose 3 to 5 pounds at the most at that time, but that's probably not going to make much of a difference, but it is what it is. So I've been dealing with hypertension most of my adult life. Well, fast forward to being 30. At 30, I already had 2 children, 2 sons, and that is when I had my 3rd son, my Nunny Butters, at 30 years old. That pregnancy really took a toll on my body. I went through so many changes physically. The first pregnancy that I had, that I was like kind of sick all the time, and not just with your normal morning sickness and that kind of thing. It was just different stuff that was happening to me. My blood pressure was all over the place. I ended up with gestational diabetes. They ended up having to take him via C-section, planned C-section, 6 weeks early, because he was just getting so big so fast, and they grow the most during that last trimester, those last few weeks. And so they were afraid that if they let me go full term, that he would get so big that it would be dangerous for both of us. I gained an astronomical amount of weight during that pregnancy, got bigger than I ever had before. And so they just thought that it would be better if they took him early. And even with them taking him early, he still weighed in at 8 pounds, 7 ounces. So he was a big boy 6 weeks early. And they were afraid that if they would have let me go full term, he could have ended up being, 10, 11 pounds, which can be quite dangerous. So that is kind of where my health issues, if you want to call it, started from 28 to 30 years old. Moved along and ended up having some issues that where I had to have a hysterectomy at 35, had my gallbladder removed at like 38, just different things. And this is from being a very healthy person, in my childhood and my early 20s, to just dealing with some issues. So thank goodness it wasn't anything that couldn't be controlled or fixed, with surgery, whatever. So I didn't end up being really sickly or anything, but just these things that kind of I had to deal with. The gestational diabetes, of course, after I gave birth went away, but they always warned me that because I have a history of diabetes in my family, and because I had gestational diabetes, that there was just a greater chance of me developing diabetes when I got older. So bring us to current date. Been dealing with the been dealing with the high blood pressure most of my life. It's been controlled, hasn't been too bad until last year when I turned 50. I had been dealing with some headaches, and not normal headaches. I had been dealing with these sharp pains in the back of my head that felt like somebody just putting a hot poker through the back of my head and just kind of slowly pulling it out. And it would be these pains that would be almost debilitating. But I guess the good thing is they wouldn't last long. It was almost like contractions. They would come and go, but they were getting closer and closer together. So it went from like one day where it happened like twice that day to the next day it was happening like every 3 to 4 hours. And then the next day it was like happening every hour. So my husband ended up taking me to the emergency room, and my blood pressure was like 210 over 115. I don't even remember the numbers, but it was really high. So they rushed me into CT, ran some tests. They thought maybe I was having a stroke, whatever, but thank goodness it was not a stroke. But what the test showed was that I was in stroke onset, which means if I would not have come to the hospital, if my husband wouldn't have taken me when he did, I probably would have ended up having a stroke. So they kept me for a while, did some things with medication, adjusted my medication, all of that jazz, and my blood pressure still never got to what they wanted to be as far as in the normal range, and it was never regulated. It was like my blood pressure would just spike from time to time. And so when I went to my yearly physical, she's like, I'm not liking, because they had me keep track of my blood pressure. So she's like, I'm not liking what's going on with your blood pressure. Let's go ahead and double your dose that you're taking during the day and then give you another pill at night, because it seems like your blood pressure really seems to spike in the morning when you first wake up. So let's just give you this pill at night, so maybe it's not so high in the morning, because most of us usually have higher blood pressure in the morning, but mine was like crazy. Even with medication, when I woke up in the morning, it would be like 165 over 100, you know, so still pretty high, especially to be medicated. So we did that and things still weren't working. So she brought me in for blood tests, fasting blood test, and find out that now I am pre-diabetes. So my glucose levels are not normal, and so they want to start treating that. And during all this, I'm also eating right, working out a little bit, but I'm gaining weight. I'm gaining like 2 to 3 pounds every week. My clothes aren't fitting. So it was just a lot that we were trying to figure out. And of course, you know, my doctor's saying, don't be alarmed. I mean, you are a woman of a certain age now. Your body changes. But it's like, how can I not be alarmed, because these things are crazy? But she's like, we just have to figure out what's going to work for you. So ended up changing the medication, or doubling my medication during the day, adding another pill at night. And then I ended up being put on a medication called Ozempic, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. And here is the Ozempic. And Ozempic is a medication for diabetes that helps to regulate your glucose and helps you to digest your food. Because what I didn't tell y'all is I also got diagnosed with high cholesterol. So with those combinations, it's called metabolic syndrome. So that was my technical diagnosis of what I have, is metabolic syndrome, which means diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, which make you much more susceptible to heart attack, stroke, all of that. It's just like the perfect storm. So Ozempic is something that can help with all of those. It's a diabetic medication, but when taking it, it seems to help people who have all of these, and it helps you to regulate your glucose, which in turn helps to stabilize that so you don't go from the pre-diabetes to diabetic. And it also is said to help you lose weight. So where I was not able to lose any weight doing all the things that I've always done in the past that have kept me healthy and kept me fit, this is supposed to help. So I am 1 week into the Ozempic and 3 weeks into the change in blood pressure medication, and things are starting to stabilize. Slowly but surely, my numbers are coming to where they are more normal. They are becoming more consistent, where I'm not getting all the spikes, and I'm actually starting to lose a couple of pounds. So to date, it's been like, it's not quite a week yet with the Ozempic and the other medications, and I have lost 7.5 pounds, y'all. So I'm feeling better. I have more energy, and kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, because for a while there, I was just like, what am I going to do? I can't, you know, just give up on myself. I can't just roll up in a corner in a ball. But at the same time, I felt like I was doing everything. Like, you know, I'm working out, I'm eating right, I'm going to the doctor. But it seemed like every time I turned around, it was just more bad news. And then when she actually put a name on it and said, well, you have metabolic syndrome, like, I didn't want that. Like, I didn't want a thing. And then when she told me what it was and I did the research, I literally felt like I was a ticking time bomb. You know, just afraid to do anything, and any little pain in my head, or any time, you know, I couldn't remember something, I'm thinking, oh my God, am I having an aneurysm? Am I having a stroke? Am I having a heart attack? And so I'm glad to say that since we've changed the medication, added a medication, that I'm feeling better. I'm a little bit more secure. I don't feel like I'm walking on thin ice, walking on eggshells. I can kind of relax a little bit, which is what allowed me to be able to come to you guys today and make this video. So that's where we are with all of that. The Ozempic, the amlodipine, and the valsartan are all working. I'm doing better, but the goal still is to eventually be able to get to a place where I can start lowering dosages and eventually maybe not be dependent on any of this medication at all, because truth be told, even though it's helping, it's still medication in and of itself can do a toll on your body. So my goal is to just get myself to the position where I don't have to take any of this, but I'm grateful at least that it was there to get me through this rough patch, to kind of get my body to a place where it can thrive on its own. So that's where I am with that, and that's where I've been. But in the meantime and in between time, I've still been working. There's still been a lot of great things that have happened. So y'all know that my husband and I have the Hallway, which is my last name, Hall. And the Hallway is our baby together. It's, you know, where we help couples and we do couples counseling, couples coaching. We have some courses that we're going to be launching. We have a new website that we're going to be launching. But it all started with this baby right here. The Hallway, a weekly devotional for today's thriving couples. This book has just done amazing, and it has been such a privilege and an honor to know that our devotional has helped so many couples, to the point where we were getting messages, DMs, emails, submissions on the website saying, look, we need a journal. We need something. I want to take notes. I want to be able to track my progress, and I don't want to write in the book. I mean, the book is so cute, but it's a small book, and they're like, I don't want to write in it. So what we have done and what we launched on Valentine's Day is the companion workbook to the Hallway. And so this workbook is exactly that. It gives you a way to track your progress, to take notes. It's kind of a summary of each week. And then we give you the affirmations for the week and the weekly challenge. But then on this page, and I'm sure y'all can't really see it, but we ask, what did I learn? What will I start doing? What will I stop doing? What will I continue doing? And then you have a place just to journal. And so this was definitely an awesome project for us because it was requested. I mean, there is nothing like having people so appreciative of your work that they're asking for more and they want more tools. And so we created this workbook as a companion piece, and I'm just so proud of it. It officially launched or was published on Valentine's Day, and I'm just super excited about it. And it was really something that kind of helped me get through all of that, what I was going through with my health, because I was still so involved in this and excited about the launch. And so that is that. We have courses coming. We have a couples retreat coming. Just a lot. So guys, definitely stay tuned, because Stay Hall and the Hallway, we're back and we have stuff for you, and we are super duper excited about all of it. You know what? Let me go back to my health journey as well. Like I told you, the first time that I kind of dealt with any health issues was 28 through like 31, between, you know, being diagnosed with hypertension and then the birth of my son. During that time, I also, you know, had a little issue with my weight because of how much I gained with the gestational diabetes. And what I had done then that really helped me was Weight Watchers. So as I was going through this whole thing, I'm like, you know what? Weight Watchers is an oldie but goodie. It really helped me. I lost like 55 pounds back then. So I'm like, let me try that again too. So that is what I have done. I have gone back to Weight Watchers, and it's been like, my son will be 21 next month. So I've gone back to Weight Watchers. It's much easier now because instead of that big, thick book, and I know I'm dating myself, but it has been like almost 20 years since I did it. And Weight Watchers has had a lot of changes. But back then, it used to be a book like 3 times this thick that you would have to look up and keep up your points and see how many points everything was. Well, now, just like everything else, it's just an app on the phone. So I have been doing Weight Watchers now for a week, and my first meeting that I'm going to go to, I think, is tomorrow. And so I'm going to take y'all with me. I don't think I'm going to record in there because I feel like it is, you know, intrusive, because people are there, they're dealing with what they're dealing with. They may not want everybody and their mama to know that they come into Weight Watchers. But, you know, we'll talk about it. But I just wanted to mention that I have incorporated Weight Watchers as well. And I'm having success. And Weight Watchers has gone through a lot of changes and done different programs. But wouldn't you know it, they have also gone back to the oldie but goodie. So the program that they have now that I believe launched in like December or January is almost exactly the program that I was used to back in like 2002, 2003. So I'm super excited about that as well. So it's Weight Watchers, it's Ozempic, it's the hallway, it's the workbook. There has been a lot going on, and I am, I'm here for it. It's life. Things happen, but the key to it is not giving up and keep pushing through the good and the bad. There have been days, like I said, that I didn't even want to get out of bed. And there's been days where I didn't get out of bed, And then there's been other days where I'm just like, I'm not going to let this get me. I'm going to do what I need to do. So, we're only human, and we have to listen to our bodies. We have to listen to our minds. We have to take care of ourselves physically and mentally. And we have to have the mental together to be able to take care of the physical, right? So I tried to stay in a good mindset no matter what, and not give up and not get depressed, and not to say that every day I was able to, because there were some days where I just felt like, okay, is this what getting old is? But I never gave up. But I did show myself grace. If there were days when I just didn't feel like dealing, I just didn't. And that included, getting behind the camera and recording videos, just because I always want to come to you guys at my best possible self. And I don't mind sharing with you, but I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I'm here to uplift, motivate, inspire. And in the times when I feel like I can't, I'm not going to fake it, because that's just not who I am. And I also feel like y'all have seen me enough to kind of be able to know that stuff reads through. So even though I hated taking the break that I took, I still feel like that was the best thing that I could do for me and for y'all. So another awesome change since the last time we met is we have had an addition to the family. With everything that I've been going through, I felt like it was time for me to have a companion. I'm here by myself a lot. I do a lot of my work from home. And it was just kind of lonely around the house sometimes. Even when I was working, it was just like being a fairly new empty nester and having kids in my house for the last 31 years. Even though I appreciate my space, I appreciate my privacy, it was getting a little too quiet around here. I didn't have anybody to take care of or whatever. So my husband and I just thought about it and said, you know what? It's time. It's time for a new addition. So I want to introduce y'all to my new addition. Where's the baby, Wallace? Lux. Wallace, where's the baby? Y'all need to see my baby. Bring me my baby. What's so funny? Y'all are gonna love this. What was he doing? Y'all, these babies, I mean.
Did you put it there?
No. The shirt on?
No,
Oh, no. Here's the baby, y'all. This is Lux Hall, the new addition to the hallway. He is a Maltipoo, and he is about, I guess, 20 weeks now. I keep saying 18 weeks, but he's about 20 weeks now, and he is an absolute joy. He is so smart. He is so sweet, so cuddly, and I take him with me everywhere. Yes, for those of you who talk about people who take their dogs everywhere, be prepared to be sick of me, because I take my puppy everywhere. As a matter of fact, we just got back. So this is Lux, and he has just been a godsend while I've been dealing with all of this, because he doesn't care what type of day I'm having. He loves me. He doesn't care if I record YouTube videos or not. He loves me. He doesn't mind if I get dressed today or not. He loves me. And so this is my baby. He is only 6.5 pounds, and he may not get much bigger than this. Their max is like 20 pounds, but he is absolutely adorable. I'm so jealous of his natural locks. Y'all see I'm back to rocking my curls, but they are nothing compared to Lux. But this is my baby, and he has been so great for me, especially during this time. He's just comforting. He's a sweetheart. He just loves to cuddle. I have had Great Danes in the past, which are absolutely adorable and loving dogs as well, but it's just not the same thing. They're so huge. Now, they think they're lap dogs and they want to sit on your lap and cuddle, but it's just not the same. And so I just absolutely love Lux. So y'all will be seeing a lot more of him because he is my ride or die. He goes everywhere with me. You want to say hi to the people? Say hi, people. So that is pretty much it for me in all the changes. I have been planning a sneaker ball gala that is on the 25th of February, which is this Saturday. I'll try to get some footage of that. I've been working on that with the rest of the committee and my co-chair. It is a Black History Sneaker Ball Gala. So I'm super excited about that. And I have a couple of other things coming up, but I just felt like, okay, today is the day. Let me sit down, talk to my people, and let them know what's been going on. And so tomorrow I'm going to go to my first Weight Watchers meeting. And so I think I'll pick y'all back up tomorrow and we'll kind of talk about how that went and my progress over the week, because they do the weigh-ins and all of that, and just kind of let y'all know about Weight Watchers. So that's what we're going to do. And then I'll probably do another video talking more about Ozempic, because it is an injection. So let me know if y'all want to see videos about that stuff, because I know Ozempic is super popular right now. It's hard to even get it. So thank goodness I was able to get it at a pharmacy not too far from my home, but it did take us some calls around to actually find somebody who had it in stock. They've been doing news reports on it, because I think some people who don't even have diabetes or high blood pressure have found out that it's just good for weight loss. And so they're using it for that, and it doesn't have a whole lot of side effects, but we'll talk about that some more if y'all are interested in that, as well as Weight Watchers. We're just going to talk about the things, because y'all know I'm an open book, completely transparent and candid. Sometimes it might take me a minute to talk about it, because like I said, I have to process it myself because it's new to me. But eventually I'm going to talk about it, because that is what I believe I'm here for, to share and to let people know that they're not alone. And who am I to hold on to information that may help somebody, or even just help to relate to somebody so that they know that they're not alone. So trust and believe. I may not share like the day I get the call from the doctor or the day there's a change, but eventually once I process it and kind of go through what I need to go through, I'm going to share with y'all. So anyway, I guess I've said enough for today. I had a lot to say because it's been a long time since I've done a video, but I'll pick y'all back up tomorrow at the Weight Watchers meeting. All right, y'all. So as promised, I'm back. Just pulled up in the parking lot to my first Weight Watchers meeting, which they like to call WW now. I am down 8 pounds. So this is my first meeting, but I've been following the program for a little over a week. I guess about a week and a half. I'm not really sure, but it's working along with the Ozempic. I'm feeling good, tons of energy. And just, embracing, like I said, the season that I'm in. I don't know how great this audio or video is going to be, because I am in the parking lot and I'm right next to the highway. So it's really loud and it's super sunny out. And y'all can see my hair is all over my head because it's so nice. I was able to drop the top. So it's been a while since I've been able to drop the top. And that's not true. I could have dropped it the other day, but we were out with the puppy and he's never been in the car with the top down, and I just was not prepared for any type of freak out because it was beautiful this weekend as well. But anyway, so here we are. The studio is right over there. That's what they call it. Let me see. Can y'all see it? I think the sun is too bright. Yeah, but there it is. WW Studio is what they call it. So I've never been in there, but they have like Weight Watchers stuff, as far as like you can get the scales and the shake bottles and snacks and different things. And I just like it because I have a competitive spirit, like even if nobody knows I'm competing. So to have to be accountable and come in and weigh in every week, it's just cool. It just keeps me on track. And then I like being able to grab their snacks. Because like I said, I did this just about 20 years ago and it worked for me. And that's what I loved about it, was just, you can get their snacks. You don't have to worry about calculating. All of the points are on there. And then you meet people, which is cool. And then, it keeps you accountable, because you don't want to come in one week and like, oh, I messed up. I mean, and your weight does fluctuate, so it's not like that will never happen, but it holds me accountable. So I just did the 3-month plan, which is $30 a month, but it includes, the app and all that, plus the meetings. But I may have already said this before to y'all, but yeah, you can do it right now for like $10 a month and just have the app. That's why I only did it for 3 months with the $30, just to kind of get myself on track. So yeah, I'm super excited. Gonna go in here and then I will check back with y'all and let y'all know how the meeting went.